Our shot opens up over a dusty New Mexico road, traveling directly into the luminous orb of the sun. Pinks and oranges and reds thrown across the flat desert landscape, almost as if time is frozen. It is impossible to tell if the sun is emerging or retreating. We see a still shot of the Isuzu rodeo pointed towards this glowing disc. Block white letters appear on the top of the screen. Episode 0.5, Cardiff Hunters. These fade away, and we see new white block letters, smaller, appear at the bottom of this still shot, slowly strolling. And then there was the gardener, green thumb and a boon to blossoms. Hers alone the forge and the fire, the rain to things that grow. But where is she now? Our gardens are all writhen and gray. Her secrets lost to days glimpsed but not grasped, no map to show the way. And so we watched the sails unfurl, bare and borne to the wind and sun, gazing out beyond the break, the surface and the light. All the days shone brightly then, when we were that what wept for the sea. The Lighthouse 5 by Colin Stetson and Irla Olinard. These words disappear. The moment frozen in time starts back up with at first a shudder, then a sputter. Life as an old movie on tape reel being coaxed back into action. We see now the sun is setting, the Isuzu rodeo is driving off into the sunset, and the camera pans down slowly, taking in all the colors splashing across the desert and pine trees, to two men standing in front of a 1970s Chevy Impala.
As FP standing there and kind of processing all this, he's like, I've done this before. What the fuck happened to me? I used to be in charge of a gang. Wow, did I fall off that saddle so quickly? I guess that's what watching your entire gang horrifically murdered by mysterious things you don't understand will do to a person.
We have this shot of FP thinking to himself, and it's like out of FP's eyes. And then you hear and the first thump is a hand on FP's shoulder. And we see it is the pale, freckled hand of Glenn. And I think Glenn's just like, oh, you're going to be okay, buddy.
I don't think FP says anything, but he feels that sort of tension that was rising in his stomach maybe just settle a little bit. He's like, okay, yep.
As that happens, I think the next person to walk up is Edward Garrity. He's like 6'5", former offensive tackle. He's enormous, fucking hairy, leather jacket, tight-ass pants, leather riding boots, crop, and he just like walks up hulking on the opposite side of Glenn with his shoulder. He like wraps his arm around the other side of FP's shoulder. I guess you probably wanted to be in the rodeo with them, but we're not that bad. And then kind of gives him a little bit of a hug.
Okay. I think internally, he just assumes this is one of Glenn's friends because he's been around Glenn's house twice and there's just strange people there. He's like, oh, okay.
I mean, you probably noticed him because like he was just this giant boulder in the corner.
Yeah. Was he at Glenn's house? I guess. Yeah, let's say he was. That works.
I think that he's at least somebody that you guys have been in and out of Glenn's house a couple times, and he's somebody that's like maybe you've seen coming in and out too, because Glenn's house is a social butterfly area.
Oh, yeah. This is Edgar. Well, he's a friend of mine. He's a friend of all of ours, so he's probably going to help us out here for a bit. And I think Bertram said that he'd come out too.
I think FP, when Glenn says that, he kind of, I imagine I'm standing here. I don't remember who's on which side. I'm picturing Glenn on his right with his hand on my shoulder, Edgar on my left with his arm wrapped around. And I kind of do that thing where I don't like put my arm like around him, but I kind of snake it back and just like put it over his shoulder. And I'm like, you go by Eddie, Edgar?
Well, I mean, my name's Edward Garrity, but everyone just calls me the first part of my two names. It's just Edgar.
Edgar. We like smash it together, you know? So it's like Edgar.
Kind of like a shortened portmanteau, I guess. All right, fair enough.
Just getting ready to say portmanteau.
Portmanteau, yeah.
Portmanteau.
Well, Edgar, nice to actually learn your name. FP, he thinks for a second. He's like, should I tell him to call me Snake Plissken? And then he's like, no. I'm FP now. It's like, oh, yeah, you just called me FP.
I actually kind of love that because, again, like, we're like, this is the whole, like, you're like coming into your own and like you've like now like leaned into it.
Yep, accepting.
I have thought out of character. I'm like, if I end up playing this character again and he somehow advances through the cells, he's just going to find a way to use like something Pliskin and just change the first letter every time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I love that.
I don't know.
I can't wait till he's Bake Pliskin.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
Just this insane man ranting about shit. He's seen too much. Oh, I guess I have to make a character sheet for Glenn that I've never really done. Okay, so then I guess when does Bertram come out seeing these three men in the sunset?
Sorry, where are they standing?
If you remember, Glenn's apartment is a piece of a mansion quartered off. So you have to go up some stairs. So it's like the second floor of a mansion, I believe. And so they're standing outside what would used to be the driveway to this mansion, watching the Isuzu Rodeo drive off into the sunset.
Okay, so you see a 1970s era Volkswagen Beetle come drive up, driven by a slight man in his 60s who still has a full head of ashy blondish hair and a thin sort of John Waters type mustache and
sick
small spectacles. He is dressed in a purple suit,
nice
3-piece suit with, well, you can't see yet because he's in the car, but he's got polished black shoes.
Nice.
And he kind of pulls up honking the horn. And he's like, oh God, now I should do a German accent.
Yeah, you must do the German accent.
Yeah, hello.
Nice.
Who is the new friend? We met him before, correct?
Oh, Bertram. Yeah, I think you met these guys. They stayed the night the other night, and I made them breakfast, if you remember. I think you were there.
The bacon.
Yeah,
So I was perhaps there physically, but mentally, no.
You and we did a duet together, right? Remember? In the air tonight?
That does sound like me. Well, anyway.
Yeah, we hit the LSD pretty hard, so I could see you maybe not remembering all of that.
Well, I am Bertram, and it is very, very nice. Very, very. I cannot do a German accent.
I think you can do it.
You're killing
and
it.
it is so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Bertram.
Yes. So what is the plan today?
Just yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the plan today? Why are we standing outside?
Well, mainly I want to find Dr. Cardiff to make sure that he's safe. Glenn, I know you're kind of on board with weird shit.
Yeah.
Edgar and Bertram, how familiar are you guys with Glenn's flavor of weird?
Oh, well, I would tell you that Glenn learned everything from me. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
take that as you will.
It's nice to meet the master, I guess.
Yeah, Bertram's pretty great.
And then we both look at Edgar.
I guess that I met all these guys at the bar, and we had some fun at Glenn's house, and I had several really good nights with John and eGon. And have we sort of settled on the mission yet?
So essentially, FP is he wants to bring these guys up to speed, but he's like, how should I phrase this?
Yeah, how
from that standpoint, like, I think that Edgar would just nod and just sort of be like,
Okay.
And I think that he's just truly there because he was just happened to be there.
Yeah.
He has nothing to do with this other than, like, I really love this community and want to...
I think as FP is standing there hemming and hawing, he's like, fuck it, let's roll. I used to be a normal guy. I guess I was a drug dealer, however normal that is. I don't know. One day, did a deal, went real wrong. My entire gang got killed in a weird science lab under a bar by some strange black misty smoke. I picked up this black crystal butt plug that the smoke seemed to be associated with, and I ran out of the bar. Once I got out of the bar, there was a truck, and I ran into those two dudes who just drove off, Fruman and Fredrickson. They saved my life. Then we came here to Hobbs because a guy named Egbert told us that we had to come here because the guy had figured out some strange way of folding proteins, which in my mind I call sandwiches. I know it's not really sandwiches, but meat, protein, whatever, same thing. So we come here, we find out that students have been disappearing. Turns out those students got turned into some kind of like caked up goo monster. The person who was doing it was a combination of Dean Harrow, the current dean, and through some weird manipulation, maybe also his father. And they were using a mask that channels some kind of outer entity called Bodis, who apparently, if you do a deal with him, I don't know. We kept making boob jokes, but I think Bodis is a guy canonically. I'm not sure. All that to say, Dean Harrow, the third, the current Dean Harrow, and Dean Harrow the second, the previous dean, somehow had this kind of like lineage of corruption with this mask that they're using to channel Bodis. We figured this out, and we figured out that they're disappearing students. And so what seemed to happen was that Dean Harrow the third, oh shit, hold on. Oh, this is so combobulated in my brain. This is tough. the current Dean Harrow stole these students, and he used his weird protein magic that he got from Bodis, and he took his demented father and the students down into a chamber that's underneath Miller's Lake. There's this big underwater chamber. I know it sounds crazy, sounds like something out of a James Bond film, but I promise you it's down there. And down there, his dad was in this big flesh womb because it was, I guess, supposed to keep him alive while they trapped this Bodis entity. And then the students, who had all been kind of merged into one as this big flesh amalgam, were taking care of him. I don't know why. I still don't really understand that part, but that's what they were doing. What we're doing now is we're going to go look for John Cardiff. The reason we're going to go look for John Cardiff is somebody, I don't know who, burnt his house down, and Dr. Springfield is currently in the ICU fighting for his life with, I don't know, 6th degree burns. Is that a thing? However, the highest degree of burns that you can get. We haven't heard from John since that night. And so we need to find John. We need to check in on Dr. Springfield and see how he's doing in the ICU. We also need to go into the tunnel in the underground chamber system because I left Dean Harrow tied up and drugged down there. And then also we probably need to make sure that the student flesh amalgam is taken care of for good, because I don't want him getting out and hurting people. And that's, any questions?
As you're spilling all of this, Bertram is smiling and nodding at you and has his hand on your shoulder and is squeezing and encouraging you. And then at the end, he's like, "That is it, my dear boy. Get it all out. We're all friends here, y'all."
Oh, yeah. I knew, I think, half of that because I went to the burnt down house, but I was also pretty high, so wasn't sure what was real.
Edgar has not been exposed to this, and as you keep telling the story, he keeps pulling on your shoulder tighter and tighter and tighter. And his eyes get bigger and bigger, and he's just like, eGon and John? Cicadas? And he's thoroughly freaked the fuck out because I think this is his first foray into any of this, and he probably needs to roll grip.
Sounds good.
Or maybe an intelligence to be Glenn says a bunch of bullshit, and is this just another one of Glenn's friends to
ooh,
do I believe this, or is this his sincerity enough that I'm just
yeah, roll an intelligence then, I guess, and
or
see.
a human to see if you believe me.
Oh,
I would
say
a
human. That's
let me roll a
idea.
human. Yeah. Edgar has a 50 in human, so it's nice to play a character that can
Hey, so does
interpret other people.
so does Bertram.
Oh, that's a fail. That's a fail. It's a 74 and a 50.
Oh, Edgar, your deke just got freaked, buddy.
Is that some kind of American saying?
Oh, I don't know. I'm American
Deke
and I said
freak?
it.
I look at Bertram and I just shake my head. Scowl a little bit.
I didn't think so.
So from the standpoint of the human, do I believe him or do I not believe him?
I don't know
what's the outcome of this role.
I mean, what were you trying to do with the human genuinely from your character's perspective?
Since I've shown up, it's just been because I like the people. It doesn't matter their kookiness. They can show up however they want and I'm here for it. But then is any of the stuff they say true? Is this okay? Is this real? Is this all Glenn's bullshit and all of the bowls with the ringing, whatever?
Yeah, that sounds like to me, Edgar is probably reading the situation not reading the sincerity in FP's voice, I guess, and not reading the sincerity in this and kind of thinking, oh, is this a weird drug trip thing that we're going to be going on? That's I guess, my imagining of things, because you are humanting to try to understand how sincere and freaked out FP actually is. And so my guess is you don't really think it's quite the realest thing in the world.
All right. Then Edgar, like, as you're talking, he like squeezes. And then like he has this realization. It's like, nah. And he releases you and then you finish and you're just like, so we're going to go. And he gives you a little noogie and it's like, you're a good guy, whatever.
Thanks. I think when you do that, he looks at your hand and he's like, he could cover my entire face with just one hand.
Palm your head.
Yeah, they're like fucking dinner plates.
Karl Malone like.
Yeah. Sweet.
Indeed.
Maybe. I don't know. Is Karl Malone large?
Who do you play for?
Karl Malone. Jazz.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I had a Utah Jazz debit card growing up. No big deal.
Growing up, you had it till you were like 32.
Hey, brother, I'm still growing right now.
Wait, you still have it?
No.
Oh.
I didn't. I lost it when we went to Colorado. I had to switch. They made me switch to Nugs. They didn't. We switched banks, and I didn't have access to a Utah Jazz card anymore.
Why would it be the Utah Jazz?
Because of the mailman. They knew my dad was a mailman, like Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a lot of basketball trivia. We'll save that for my basketball podcast. Basketball, correct.
So what's the game plan? I think you're probably going to be calling the shots on this one, FP.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we should...
Can I pause you for a second to ask a couple questions?
Sure. Please do.
Items that you guys have accumulated since starting the campaign, where are they? Specifically, what I'm thinking about are, you got a police scanner. You also got the bug that you hotwired or whatever we said that does a backwards thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a terrible explanation, but...
The police scanner, whatever, Fruben is not going to... Like, I don't think Fruben and Fredrickson would be like, yeah, we're going to give FP the bug to, like, listen.
Yeah.
I think there's, like, a 0% chance that
I imagine FP is like, I'll take the police scanner. He's like, should I keep the bug? Because if I keep it, then they can't track you back to where you live, right?
Wasn't Fredrickson like kind of obsessed with that bug?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think he was going to let anybody else have it. He's bringing that to the green box, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, because I think those were the two main things that you guys had picked up and messed with. There was a bunch of evidence there was the picture of all of the people at night who had their like heads opened up, a bunch of people laid out in a circuitry pattern. I imagine that's probably gone. I imagine most of that's going to the green box, right?
Yeah. I think the only things that FP would have kept really are things that he thought would be practical. And I don't think he would have even kept the crystal butt plug because he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this and it could just cause problems. So go like
That's
put
reasonable.
this in like a safe box kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think that's super reasonable. Okay, so then we'll say out of all the stuff, you had the police scanner still.
FP would have taken like his burglar tool stuff and kept his drugs, I guess.
Okay.
I think he would be scared. I think probably for a second he's like, Fruman's chainsaw might come in useful. And then he's like, I don't know if I'm more scared of the chainsaw or what Fruman would do to me if I asked to borrow the chainsaw.
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
So I think what FP says, I kind of make like the bulleted list. It's late. Do you guys want to start tonight? I think it's a bad idea to start tonight. I'm pretty bushed. Maybe we take like an hour or two. What do you think we would need? Like a big old magnifying glass? I don't know. Do you guys have any experience like tracking anything?
Big old magnifying.
Let me set stuff up really quick because we're seeing the sunset drop down. It's, we'll say, around 7 p.m. at this point, and you're in the twilight of the sun setting. You guys are in this beautiful mansion estate that's obviously been cut apart for smaller professors. And I think the question is do you want to do anything tonight or do you want to go to sleep? What do you want to do?
So as all this is sort of happening and we're kind of talking and I spill all this stuff and then people are like, well, what do we do? And FP realizes everyone's looking to him. He's like, okay, all right, give me like 3 minutes. And he walks maybe like 10 feet away from the group, turns his back to him and puts his head down and he's rubbing his head thinking, and you kind of hear him start mumbling to himself. He's like, you're the one they call Dr. Feelgood. You're the one that makes me feel all right. You're the one they call Dr. Feelgood.
He's gonna be your Frankenstein.
Yeah. And he kind of just does that for like 3 or 4 minutes. He's like, okay, all right. He turns back around. He walks to his group and he's like, okay, all right. So tonight, if you guys will work with me, I think what we'll do, we still got some time, right? I don't know if there's anything to be had at this party. Maybe there is. Feel free to veto me at any time. Chime in. No bad ideas in a brainstorm, a smart person once told me. So let's get some rope. Let's get some flashlights. I'm worried that if we go to sleep and we leave Harrow 3 down in that manhole, he's going to wake up because I don't think the loos are going to last that long. So we need to secure him before tonight. And then depending on if you guys are up to it, I don't think we walk down to the spooky room, but I could at least maybe kind of show you the sewers and go to like the chamber with all the doors so you can see what I'm talking about. That's just a recon, a little bit of recon tonight, and then we kind of execute more in the morning. Yeah?
Yeah, I am behind you, Dialita. Tell me if that is offensive.
Oh, no, that's not offensive to me.
No, that's cool.
Edgar doesn't really understand this and like walks up as you like turn back around, like picks you up in a hug. And it's like, I'm with you. I don't really understand any of this, but yeah, let's grab rope and tie people up, and this sounds fun.
Yeah. Glenn, you got any rope in that Impala?
Let me go check my...
And then he just takes off upstairs, runs up the stairs.
You needed rope? Did you need anything else?
Maybe some duct tape? I don't know.
Okay.
Edgar, any recommendations on binding someone so they can't get away?
Don't you worry. I can improvise. We can make do.
What is Edgar's knot tying skill?
Excellent.
Yeah, craft knot tying.
That's really funny because if I have a 50-50-40 that is open for whatever, I legitimately wrote whip, seduction, and knot tying.
Nice.
Wow.
I think you hear,
I'll just get some rope and like a harness or something, I guess. I can go to the back room.
and then Glenn comes back, brings kind of a rucksack of items that he has procured from inside of his house and throws
My
it
God,
in the Impala.
knot tying. Good job, y'all.
That's so good.
Like,
All right. Well, that'll work. We're not going too far. How far is Springfield and Cardiff's house from here? Like, should we walk?
Oh, I guess I have to both play a character and be a GM. It is...
Actually, you know what? Let's drive, because that way we don't have to carry Harrow back after we get him out.
Oh, that's a good... Yep.
who?
Oh, there's... Do you know Dean Harrow? Harrow, the third of his line, his name?
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I know.
Yeah, I do.
I think it may be his fault, ultimately, that Springfield died. And that Cardiff he got them mixed up into some things that hastened Springfield's demise. Maybe not right at the end, but certainly was heading there.
Edgar looks at Glenn and was like, he was weird when they were around.
Oh, yeah. He's a weird dude, Dean Harrow the Third. I'm not a fan. I always thought it was weird that his first name was Dean, too.
Wait, his first
Was
name
it?
was Dean?
Oh, everybody always introduced him as Dean Harrow.
You know that's a title, right? I don't think his name was Dean.
All right, I'm going to get in the car.
Okay.
You guys get in the car. You guys take off. If it's okay, I think Glenn will be driving and smoking. It is getting darker. It probably only takes you like 10 minutes really to navigate the roads and stuff. There's nobody there at the burned down mansion that is Cardiff and Springfield's old place, but it is now dark. And I guess you would, if it just so we're all on the same page, you have to go down those creaky stairs that kind of got destroyed. And under in the basement, there is that almost like it's not a porthole. I fucked this up. The original recording, I'm gonna fuck it up again. What's it called? Like a sewer manhole, but you
Manhole
kind of open
cover?
it up and you go
Hatch?
A manhole.
It's a hatch that opens up. So Glenn parks the car in front of the house, unlocks the doors, and gets out. Is smoking a spliff to try to kind of keep himself together. He doesn't want to get too high. He mixed some tobacco in there. And then I think what I would like, well, how do we all approach the house and what's kind of the discussion? I guess I could start that. It's weird because now that I have a character, I can like do stuff.
Wow, that house, man, every time I see it, I'm always like, holy shit, that really fucking burnt down, huh?
Yeah, it's almost like somebody used gasoline at multiple points to quickly ignite the entire building. I learned that from somewhere. Yeah, so anyway, and FP kind of starts, like, as they all saunter towards the house, he's kind of pointing out stuff. He's like, okay, watch these stairs. They're kind of creaky. So when we were here at the house, and he kind of recreates, he's like, here I was standing out the window. I looked in. He's trying to describe it. I don't know, like mimicking what he's seen on like CSI. He's like, okay, so this was like where this happened. Someone fled the scene in this way, and he's kind of like pointing. Fruman and I saw some tracks here. We found a cicada here, but we didn't follow up on it. This was the only set of tracks leaving the house. So I think maybe this is where we should start going when we look for Cardiff. But let's go down the creaky stairs. Here's the hatch. And then when we get to the hatch, I guess I picture we're all kind of standing around it, and I want to like...
Hold on.
Okay.
Before you picture that, as you guys are standing outside in the back and FP is showing all 4 of these men the where those tracks are, I want everyone to roll me an alertness. And I guess now I have to do Glenn's stuff too, which is fine. I should just keep up.
Oh, I failed.
Fail.
Bertram has very useless talents. Well,
69
totally
motherfuckers.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
hell yeah.
Okay.
He's on high alert.
Cool. So, what, Edgar? I guess.
Edgar's got eagle eyes.
I think FP is just so
'Cause he's
focused
ahead
on
of-
explaining
taller.
everything
Yeah.
and trying
Yeah.
not to screw up. He's super focused on what he's
and
doing.
Bertram is like constantly microdosing some type of psychedelic. So
Yeah.
he's like half there, half not. He's just extremely charismatic and just there for the ride, basically. So.
Edgar, do you see that?
And points at something, and then Edgar like fucking Hawkeyes in on something. And we'll say there are 2 things, because you got a 69, 3 things, excuse me. There's a burned down mansion, right? So the skeleton of that, and really even the flooring is kind of burnt down, so you can see down into where the basement is, where there is this hatch. Facing the back of the mansion is the part of the ring of forest of pine that rings around the whole campus. There were tracks that you guys saw out. Then you saw some of whatever that goof stuff was. You saw a cicada out there that you found that had burrowed up out. In the same area are 2 things. One is what looks like a sticky black-red residue that, because you rolled a 69, I'm going to tell you is what looks like congealing blood. It's not a lot, but it looks like somebody maybe got a pretty good cut, to the point where you may be even a little worried that somebody got pretty injured there. Right next to that is what looks like some burnt grass. Like it's blackened. It's hard to see in the dark, but it's pretty close to the blood, and the burnt is probably around the size of like a foot to 2 foot diameter, which is the full, right? Yes, radius is half. It's about a foot to 2 foot of diameter, and it's circular-ish, but very like squiggly circular looking, and it's just burnt out grass. Then with the 69, the last thing you see is a couple meters from there is what looks like a little black cylinder, and what it looks like a 35 millimeter film canister.
Is it a 35 millimeter film canister, or does it just look like it?
It is a 35 millimeter film canister.
You're talking about like the old school ones with like the little gray top that you like put film rolls in to take them to, yeah, okay.
And what you can see on the outside of it is that it's got a sticker. It's got like a lot of stickers, because you know how like you would turn it in and then they'd put a sticker on it to like identify whose it was. It's like the same canister has been used like 5-10 times and has a bunch of stickers on it.
With that, I don't know where people are situated, but I think that Edgar breaststrokes through the people. And so, like, I imagine I'm crossing some amount of the people, and I'm just like out of the way.
Yep.
And,
Part the seas.
and hones in like on this and is just like, what do you all think about this? And then like, if when I touch it, something happens, let me know.
No, nothing happens. I do like the image though, because it already is small. And so it looks even smaller in Edgar's hand as he's picking it up.
Yeah.
But what you would see quite clearly is that there are 10, maybe 5 to 10 different stickers, like it's been reused. All of them, from what you can see, have the same John Doe as the person who's like the paid for or whatever. They're all from an Osco, like the Osco Photoshop or photo whatever, all of the different places, but it looks like they're different Oscos, and they're even in different cities in New Mexico.
And they're all for John Doe.
They're all for John Doe. There is one square negative, as if somebody was maybe had taken the pictures and was popping out the film itself and trying to put it in the canister, and maybe got interrupted because it looks ratty, like torn up.
That's laying on the ground or like sticking out of the lid?
in the canister itself.
Okay. Say that again.
You know how like the old 35 millimeter film would pop out like a bunch. It's like the negative is sitting in there, so it's like a tiny little negative square of a picture that somebody took. And it looks like it was part of like a longer one of those maybe or something, but a bunch of it was destroyed.
I'm going to be a huge pedant, and I'm really sorry.
I'm going to be a huge pedant, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to be a huge pedant, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to be a huge pedant, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to be a huge pedant, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to be a huge pedant, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to be a huge pedant, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to be a huge pedant, and I'm really sorry.
So, in the canister, you have undeveloped film, and then there's also a second negative that has been developed.
No, it's the undeveloped film is whatever that is. And that's all that's in there. There's nothing else in there.
There's nothing on any of the film except for one square has a picture on it.
There is one single square.
So, and then the rest of the film has no photos on it, correct? And the square that has the photo on it
you can't tell
poking out
because
of like
it looks like it was destroyed to some degree.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
So if it is undeveloped film and like you expose it, it's just going to be to light and it's going to be nothing.
Right.
Sure.
And so are you saying that like, is this supernatural where something was exposed and it is staying there regardless?
No. It's not supernatural at all or anything. It just looks like whatever the film is, and maybe I said negative wrong. It just looks like the film got destroyed in there.
The negative is like after it's been developed, and there's the like invert color pictures. You're talking about just undeveloped film.
Okay.
Undeveloped film.
Okay.
There you go.
And so
it looks like it.
And it's just the canister. Is that what you're saying? Because the way
it's
is like,
and the canister holds a little bit of undeveloped film. It looks like it holds undeveloped film that has been destroyed, and there's only a little piece of it left. Does that make sense?
And it's just
okay.
And it's in it. It's in it. I guess I imagined you popped off the top of it when you were looking at it. It's not like it came off.
Can I roll for that? Because I don't know that I would have done that. Because like. Human me would not have like just popped open a film thing just in case there was like pictures and stuff in there.
What I'll say is that it like came off when you picked it up. I also am going to say that we're not going to be that pedantic about it being destroyed either, if I'm being completely honest with you. Okay. So like I'm not particularly worried about it being destroyed by seeing some light when it pops up.
Yeah. No, you have to. So there's like the black canister with the gray top. And then inside that, there's like the little metal roll. And you're saying that has been destroyed.
Most of that has been destroyed.
Okay. I think this still doesn't make sense really with how like these things exist in the world. But there's a small amount of destroyed film in it, is what you're saying.
There you go. How about we say that? There's a small amount of destroyed film in it.
And there is no value to be obtained from this destroyed film, probably, or at least it can't be developed. Like none of it can.
Besides maybe one square that we are being directed toward.
This is me being a dick, but
this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but this is me being a dick, but
there's not actually squares on the film. The squares are created by exposing it. It's just one continuous strip. So anyway,
thank you for being such a pedant about this.
What would you like it to look like? How about you tell me what you would like it to look like?
33406310 106
Edgar picks up the canister, kind of turns it around. It looks tiny in his large hands. And what we see is gray top, black canister with a bunch of various stickers as if it's been reused, all from Osco Jewel at different places in New Mexico at different times over the last, as far as you can tell, it stretches back at least a couple months, all with the name John Doe. And he instantly realizes that it is film and shows it to you guys.
I don't know anything about film or if this is in any kind of usable state. It's from Osco, right? Is there one nearby? Maybe we take it to the nearest Osco and ask them if they can.
What is the address on that Osco, or on that Osco on that photograph on the canister? What is the address?
Do you guys think it's a negative, or do you think it's
the canister? Is there an address on the canister?
It's a positive? Is the address 312 Osco Avenue?
I'm like, am I making noise, or is this all in my mind that I'm saying this?
Oh no, you're saying it. Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, I was just like thinking to myself about how photography works. It's not great when we're both high, huh? Yeah,
it seems like perhaps we could just go to the Osco.
Yeah, that's great, Bertram. Yeah. I love where your head's at right now. We could go to Osco.
The address is in Osco, and one of the addresses, we'll say the newest one, is in Osco that is in town.
This seems like the most obvious place to go, yeah?
I love your sharp thinking. Simple, straight, direct.
That's always what I think about Bertram.
I have a moment of clarity once in a while.
Just trying to get a sense of my new cruise skills. I think I'm getting a feel for
Bertram has like very snap moments of reality and then dissociates again.
Yeah, I imagine like in mid-conversation, Bertram just walks off.
He like turns into a true German man like once in a while. When it comes to like directions, the weather, anything about physics.
Yeah, we could definitely take it back if we want to do that at some point. I think that Osco Jewel is closed for the night. We could break in, though.
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, let's break in tomorrow when it's open.
The blood on the ground changes things. I'm worried about the bleeding. Whoever's maybe bleeding out, but this is coagulated, right? So it's, I don't know. Do I know about the blood? I guess we got distracted by the film. I don't know if Edgar told me about the blood. Well, I probably see it now that I'm looking in that way.
And then there's that burned grass over there, too. Thanks, Edgar, for finding the film. I appreciate it.
You guys saw this, right? There's some shit on the ground, and yeah, I mean, it's probably blood in like this fucking canister.
What are you talking about, muscular Edgar?
Yeah, there's blood over there.
Edgar tosses the film canister to Bertram.
Okay, well, we must go to this address.
Okay, hold on. While we're here, we got the canister. Glenn says that the Osco is closed for tonight.
Yeah.
We can take it there tomorrow. Because if we break in, there's not going to be anyone there to tell us. What are we going to do? Pretend that we know what we're doing in a broken-in thing and figure it out? That's the same as us now. We'd just be inside a Osco that we broke into, and we'd still be confused about what to do with the film. So let's not follow that train. I'm worried about whose blood this is, because I think Cardiff went off this way, and if this is his blood, he might be hurt. That said, it's coagulated, right?
Yes.
And if my TV remembering tells me that takes a little while, and if it's been a little while, either he's probably survived or he hasn't. And if he hasn't, there's nothing we can do, and if he has, we'll get to it. We're here, let's get Harrow out of the hole, and then slight audible, instead of exploring the hole, we follow the blood trail.
I was going to say, is there a trail of footprints or blood or something?
With 69, I will say yes that there is.
FP, I think that like as you were saying, like you have to do the arrow firebomb thing. I think that Edgar's is like, I mean, there's like a trail that leads over here. I'm just going to walk over here. Like, it goes this way.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to firebomb Harrow. I just thought we're here. I feel like we're at a crossroads. We can get Harrow and then follow the trail, or we can...
Well, let's just say that the trail doesn't lead to Harrow.
Let's vote.
Why would this trail not lead to this man that we are trying to find?
He wasn't bleeding when I left him down there, but maybe... All right, let's show of hands. This isn't a dictatorship.
I mean, there's somebody bleeding. We should go help them.
All right.
I think Bertram literally makes that noise and goes... Does like snort laugh. He goes...
Okay, yeah, all right. I'm not too proud to admit when someone else has a better idea. But we need a name for our gang. We'll think about it, and we'll maybe decide on that.
That's a long name.
I'm a fan of gangs that start with V's or have things to do with snakes. Anyway, all right, let's follow the blood.
I feel as though Muscular Edgar is on his way towards this trail.
Yeah,
so
I'm with him.
We are
Let's
following
go.
a new leader.
Okay, what I need from you guys.
I can lead from the back. That's a good way to
I've
do it
honed
sometimes.
in on the German accent.
Yeah, you're honing in on it. I love it.
I feel as though we are in the Sherlock Holmes book, following this trail.
Of blood, yeah, I agree with that. Bertram, you always have the best ideas.
I imagine that Edgar and FP are now like 20 feet ahead.
Yeah.
And Bertram and Glenn are just
Bertram
kinda
is nearly completely useless to this.
meandering on behind.
Unless we find something occult, which I have a 50.
Who wants to give me a navigate?
Oh, certainly not Bertram. I don't think we have navigate in this.
Yeah, I have a 30 in navigate.
Go ahead and
Wait,
look at the ends.
What? Oh, sorry.
I have a 5 on my 30 in navigate.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So, if I may, I think Edgar was tromping off into the forest and like trying to follow the blood. And then again, if you rolled this, he is just fucking bull in his china shop. And then you were going to have to like grab the back of his like shirt and be like, nope, and like yank him someplace
Yeah.
else.
No, I don't think that's FP's style. I think he'd probably, is this like, I think he would probably run up next to Edgar and just kind of start walking with him. And when he succeeds on his navigate, I guess, what do I get from the navigate? I would probably walk up to Edgar and be like, oh, hey, how long have you lived here? You're probably more familiar with this area than I am, but I'm pretty sure I know at least where we're at or where we're heading.
Yeah.
In this direction.
So what it would be is that it's the field behind their house that then leads into the pine tree forest itself. You guys find the blood and then you see what are a couple more dots that lead towards the pine trees itself. When you get to the pine trees, like the actual forest, there's not like a path. This isn't something that's been,
Cleared.
man-made kind of. Like it's not like it's meant to be hiked into. You can, but there's not like an open path there. But what you do see is some further blood as if somebody had taken off into the woods itself. I think with a successful navigate, what you're able to do is you're able to follow those dots and kind of gently guide Edgar through as he's tromping through the the brush and whatnot. And with a successful navigate, you guys walk 10, 15 minutes maybe.
So I think what FP does, instead of grabbing Edgar's back, he walks up, slaps him on the back. He's like, hey, you ever see Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? And then he tries to like hop up on Edgar's back and he's like leaning over. He's like, this way, that way. I see one. It's just like right behind like the navigator.
Edgar's super into it.
Yeah. Sweet.
He's like, hell yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he just kind of squats down a little bit so you can like get like a jump up.
FP, I think he doesn't mean to say this out loud, but he's like, I think he probably says out loud to himself, but since he's like right up on Edgar can hear, and he's like, I'm the master to his blaster.
We see a camera shot of thick pine trees and forest, and you can see rustling, and then all of a sudden, like, some of the thick underbrush just, like, splits apart as FP rides Edgar through it. We see them come over and get through all this underbrush, and then in their wake is Bertram and Glenn discussing the finer points of, I don't know, whatever. What do you think they're discussing the finer points of now?
I think Bertram is like, is he what we would call a leather daddy?
No. Yeah, he does wear leather, and I think he is a daddy, so he would hit the both criteria.
As I'm asking that, FP jumps up on his back, and I'm like, yes, leather daddy.
And I think that's his leather child now, if I have this correct.
Frau Leather.
Frau Leather, indeed. Do your people not have a word for leather?
You see Glenn and Bertram behind them kind of having this discussion. It takes, again, 10 or 15 minutes, and then the trail ends in what looks like a bit of a clearing. In the clearing is trigger warning.
4.
Before you get to trigger warning, can I will Fruman to FP? We vibed. We shared a thing. Are you really not going to bend down and grab some of this fucking blood?
Oh, yeah.
FP
Yeah, that's a
gets
fair point.
telekinetic.
Honestly, there was a moment earlier, not
Where
with
it's
the...
like, Fruman is going to be fucking pissed.
There was some point where I can't remember what it was now. I don't know if it was with the blood or not, but I was thinking like I imagined FP thinking like, what would Fruman do? What would Fruman do? Like I literally thought that, and then I don't know if we got sidetracked or what. And I also didn't know what I would roll for that. Roll?
You don't need to roll for that. If you're like,
Okay.
what would Fruman do? You just say, what would Fruman do? That's within character to me.
Yeah, so I think probably what I do is once we reach this clearing, I probably hop down and I'm like, well, I guess as we're, I don't know, for whatever, at some point I hop down and I'm like, yeah, I remember that time there was the goo. I just tasted it. It's probably, I don't want to taste blood. That's yuck. Once Bertram catches up, I'm like, hey, can you hand me that film thing, the little canister? And I open it up and I like put the actual like roll in my pocket. And then I take the canister and I just kind of like scoop some of the blood in the canister.
Nice.
Put the cap on. Man, I hope this cap stays on. That's gross. And then I just stick it in my pocket.
In the center of the clearing is either a coyote or a dog of some sort.
Oh, is this our trigger warning for dog death?
Trigger warning, dog death.
Yeah, we didn't handle that well in the...
No, this isn't, you're not watching the dog die.
Thank God.
The dog's just dead.
Say it's a coyote that feels less bad.
It's a coyote. And this coyote was racist, so it's totally fine that it's dead.
It was a real bigot.
It was a bigot, unfortunately. So we were all cool with
It had
that.
a MAGA hat on, and we...
It was a Klansman. It listened to a lot of 311, so it's totally fine that it's dead.
Wait, you say MAGA or MAGA?
I say MAGA
Wow, why do I say MAGA?
because you can't say A words.
Meh. Super quick. That reminds me, I'll tell us one quick and then go fast. This was in like 6th grade band, and there's like drum box that they store drums in. And the band teacher was there and this other kid goes, there's like a tape label that said what the drum was. And the other kid points at it and goes, this is so-and-so. Somebody wrote a bad word on this. And I look at him and I look at it and I'm like, what? It just says cunt. Because I was in 6th grade and the band teacher just looks at me. So like she knew who I was, knew like my family, and she just kind of like, and then just turned around and walked off. And I was like,
It's like, nope, not touching that one.
Oh, that is one of my favorite stories I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
Just so innocent. What? It just says cunt.
You're like, did you have any idea what that word meant? Or did you?
I
Were you just
don't
like,
think I'd ever
that's
even
like a
heard
made-up
the word before. And I was like, that's not even a word.
That is excellent. I love that
Yeah, that's
story.
Right, Leather Daddy's in the forest. So you see a coyote and it is dead on the ground in the clearing. As far as you can tell, the blood stops here. The blood, though, is at levels that are higher than what the coyote would be at. If anyone could give me an intelligence roll, how about that? I almost said forensics, and then I realized there's no fucking way anybody in this group has a
I
forensics
almost
ability.
put forensics because I was trying to
I have a 15. What are we rolling on?
intelligence.
Intelligence.
Oh, 15
Ooh,
on a 50.
3 on a 55.
I failed.
I pass.
Pass.
Also passed 64 on a 75. What you would put together is that the blood you're trailing it's not the coyote.
Okay.
It's where it is too high in the brush, right? Because the coyote is only a foot, like a couple feet
Yeah,
off the
pretty
ground
small.
tops. And so there's just no way from where you were like seeing the blood smear. Like it's on the ground, don't get me wrong, every once in a while, but like you also see it at what you would imagine to be human height. So you feel like you are following a human being that got cut kind of badly.
The coyote, is there like a wound on it? Is there
Yes,
anything
the
weird
coyote
about
is
it?
dead in the middle of this clearing, and it specifically has the top of its skull cut off and open with the brain exposed. The brain itself looks almost like it's swelling out of the skull.
And it's dead. It's not breathing or anything, right?
It's dead. It is
Okay.
not breathing. It's not doing anything.
I think Edgar is with the passive the intelligence, doesn't look at the skull, the brain, the anything. He is just sort of like
Following the blood trail.
Like bumblefucking his way through the blood trail.
Sure. I think anybody who stops to examine it should give me a grip roll
Yeah,
to
I
see.
think.
I definitely think Glenn's going to grip
Yeah,
roll.
I think Bertram's gonna stop.
I think it's reasonable for you to say FP may or may not gripple for this.
Yeah, I was thinking about this.
Aren't you on my back?
I hopped down when we got to the clearing just to look around.
Okay.
I think I'd probably stop and just glance around, and maybe I kind of like cursorily. How do you add?
Cursory.
Yeah, make a cursory
Cursorily?
glance. I was trying to turn cursory
There
into
you
an
go.
adverb, but I don't think that works. I make a cursory glance when I see Edgar start to like walk off. I'm just like, oh shit, and I hop up on your back. And there's something I want to do as we're. Oh, I don't have a cell phone. It's in Glenn's car. Okay, never mind. Nope, I'm riding.
Glenn passes his grip roll. So
I would say, I feel like you
actually-
could luck roll that because, like, I don't think it's connected to the car. I think it's like one of those like briefcase things. So if like you wanted to bring the briefcase
I probably
phone-
wouldn't have, to be honest.
yeah, because you guys are kind of out doing stuff.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
wasn't
this came
planning
out.
to go on this excursion. It was kind of okay, I plan to be there at the house, but now we're off we go. So
I guess,
You're right.
is it dark right now?
Yeah, it's getting darker. What I would say is that you guys did Bertram roll.
Bertram passed his grip.
Okay,
So Bertram looks at this coyote and he's like, oh, the wonders of nature. They never cease to amaze.
Yeah, that thing got eaten up by a cougar. Huh, or something.
Then that is definitely not what happened.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we got a biologist over here.
With a pass, we both don't take any grip loss.
Rest easy, young coyote.
The blood trail starts to die off to the point where you can't really follow it further once you get about 20 minutes in. What I will say, though, is that you guys are able to, with your successful navigation, kind of recreate the pattern of where you went, if that makes sense. So you have kind of where that trail went out to from Cardiff and Springfield's house. Once you lose the trail itself, what do you guys do?
yeah, I think FP probably hops down off of Edgar's back and maybe wants to do just like a search, like a visual search. Like, can he see anyone or even like listen? Like, does he hear any like non-nature sounds?
Yeah. So right now it's getting dark. It's now dark, I would say, right?
Yeah. I assume that like we popped our flashlights on like 5 minutes ago or something.
Yeah, totally fine. I'm not worried about that at all. You guys have brought like that kind of shit. Like Glenn has his rucksack that he like pulled out with all the rope and all that shit too. So like he has a couple flashlights. He's like,
Oh, here you go, here you go, here you go. Everybody keep lights on.
what I would say you are noticing is without even rolling for anything, as you guys had come into the forest, it was like the normal birds chirping, the sound of like rustling of like squirrels running around and shit. The further towards where this blood was going, the less and less noise you had, to the point where when FP jumps off Edgar's back, at this point where the blood trail kind of ends, it is eerily silent. And I kind of think that there's probably a moment where you jump off and you can hear just in the background the murmuring of Glenn and Bertram as they join you. And like, it's like you can't, you're just like used to hearing them talk. And Glenn's like,
Yeah, and so that's when I told him.
then you guys all hit where Edgar and FP are and stop. And that's when it becomes readily apparent that it's just silent in this area. There is not anything going on whatsoever. There is nothing you can see, though, that makes you like, there's no clearings, there's no buildings, there's nothing. Just as you are like deep in the pine forest. You guys would all know that eventually you'll get to the other side, which then becomes desert or high desert or whatever. It should not be this quiet in this area. Ominously quiet.
Question: Does he recognize that this stops?
Absolutely. The way I'm imagining it is you guys are following after the clearing where the coyote was dead, and like it's becoming more and more sparse. You're having a harder time identifying where there's a little bit of blood, and then all of a sudden it just is it lightens up, and now there's just nowhere. And you guys spend a couple minutes looking around, and there's just no anything that you can see.
Okay, and there's nothing we can roll for that to like.
No, not at this point.
Oh, so then if we were interested in looking around for like whatever, at least two of us, like, would we notice anything else?
The thing is now you guys are deep in the forest, and I think it would be really hard without knowing something that you actually want to look for. I don't think there's anything to find out here right now.
So I think when Bertram gets into the area where everything becomes silent, he's like mid conversation with Glenn about like Glenn's getting some detailing on his Impala or something, and he stops mid sentence and kind of goes as he steps into the area where there's no sound, because he's like pretty well versed in like occult shit and like weird stuff like this, and so I think he's kind of attuned to it, and he's gonna like walk up right to where the blood stops. Is there anything like, if I did like a SIGINT or anything, that I would like notice about like the spot where the blood stops?
All right, I'm going to do something No.
Okay,
There is
that's
nothing
fine.
you could roll right now that would
Okay,
give you
that's
any
fine.
more information. You guys have an idea of
Okay.
where this is in regards to the map of
Okay.
the whole area. Like, you guys could trace back to this specifically if you wanted to. But
Okay.
there is nothing that you could roll right now that would
Okay.
particularly help you.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yeah.
One of the things that Edgar wanted to do, he has a whip, like Indiana Jones style.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right, you're sucking me back in. Maybe there is something you can do now that
Oh
you
my
have this
God.
whip.
And so can I like pull out the whip and like flick it into the area
Yeah, that's
to
badass.
see? Because like, again, because like the end of the whip like breaks the sound barrier, which is like the whole
Yeah,
like
it makes a crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's what I'll tell you happens. You do that, there is this resounding...
Wait, hold on. I don't
Oh.
need to roll.
No, you could whip. It's not...
Let him.
No, I
let
have
her
a 50,
whip.
I have a
Let him
I have
whip.
a 50
Let
and roll
him
whip.
whip.
Let him whip.
Let him whip.
Go ahead. Whip away.
Episode title: Let him whip.
Let
Also-
him whip.
KS.
What is it?
66, but one of the sixes is upside down and it's not a 96.
So it's a critical failure.
No, it's a 69. motherfuckers.
Oh,
I am
twice.
Wow.
I'm just showing everybody because like the first time and then the second time.
Good dice.
Hey, that's some good dice.
We see... describe Edgar whipping like he's never whipped before.
Honestly, I think that FP jumps off his back and everyone's kind of like, oh, it's kind of weird that we can't hear each other here. And I think that Edgar is like kind of a dummy, knows like 3 facts in the world. And like one of them is the
Whip.
end of the whip breaks the speed of sound. And you'll have like the little like tiny sonic boom. And then he just like puts it like towards whatever. And like if it doesn't happen, he's like, I need help with smart people about this.
And I think when that's happening, Bertram is like keyed in to like Bertram's not chatting. The minute Bertram walks into this like silent clearing, he's like, oh, there's something here. And so he sees you pull out the whip and he's like watching everything that is going on very closely.
Actually, I love that because, like, again, I don't know that with the roll, Edgar is not going to do anything different. And so, like,
Yeah.
honestly, I would like to abdicate the 69 because he's like, I'm just going to do this thing, and I would like to abdicate the 69 to everybody else.
We see Edgar pull out his whip and wind up. A moment frozen in time. A man in his whip. A large man in his whip. And we see the whip fly out, and right as it hits that last oscillation, the world's loudest crack resounds, and everybody hears it. So you guys all hear the whip crack, and it's super fucking loud. There's a little bit of tinnitus in your ear. One thing you do notice, though, is that you would for sure expect like birds and squirrels to go running from that, and there's just like no movement, as if there aren't animals in this area.
Bertram does a little clap and he goes, oh yeah, very smart, muscular Edgar. Very smart. That was a good try.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
a
a
good
cool
thought.
whip, man. I was really into that. I was like, holy shit.
I was going to throw a rock, but that was way better.
Oh, we could throw a rock and then Edgar
there-
could whip
there are
it.
no-
No,
There are no
no.
birds in this area. What is
Oh, yeah.
what is happening here?
Yeah, there are no birds in this area or animals, I guess, besides that dead coyote that we kind of just
As
walked
you guys
over.
are standing
Yes,
there
very
talking,
sad.
FP just shouts, Cardiff? Cardiff!
Oh, shit.
Yes, where is this Cardiff? Cardiff!
Cardiff.
Nobody responds.
Yeah, I didn't expect there to be, but you
Well,
don't know if you don't ask.
What if that was just the scenario? You guys are just like, Cardiff's like, hey, and you guys are like, found him, and then we move on.
So we know that this heads out into the desert. I kind of look at everyone else here, and I'm like, I'm new here. Do you guys know, like, is there anything in that direction?
I think we all look towards. I'm like, most
We
of
all
the
looked
Edgar.
at Glenn.
Glenn?
No, not really. I mean, it's like more forest for like probably another, I don't know, maybe a mile or so.
And then?
Oh, God. I think then it turns into like, the desert. This is like a weird man-made circle around the town.
What?
Yeah.
Like the greenery is just made by the people that settled here.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Just circle of pine trees.
Like I planted a grove of
Something that
trees. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Something that's been described from the very first episode of this show, actually.
Okay.
So, there should not be new information to anyone here.
Anyone else got any ideas of what to do here? This place is starting to creep me out. I feel like we can't do anything else here.
Yeah, this is very spooky.
Yeah, there is nothing here.
Can we roll like a, I don't know, search?
What are you looking for?
I kind of want to like walk off in a direction until I see something alive. So if you're just like, there's no birds, there's no like whatever, like I think I'm gonna be like, that's fucking weird.
Like try to do a perimeter.
Yeah.
Sort of thing?
Do you want to take? Okay, we'll say it's like 8:30 or 9 at this point, so it's like getting dark. What you could do is it's gonna take probably 30 minutes to an hour, but you could walk out a bit of a perimeter if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that
of like the quietness of like not having animals and stuff.
Yeah. I think Edgar's is like, this is weird, and like he has no reservations because like he doesn't know anything about like
reservations.
like any of like the crazy stuff, and so he's like, this is weird. If you all wanted to direct him in a different direction, go for it.
Oh no,
But
actually,
like he will absolutely do
Yeah.
this.
No, I mean that's
so I was Bertram. That's what I was thinking. Bertram would want to do that and then identify the very middle of where, like the center point of this area is what he wants to do because he's like this physics guy.
I would say that's cool. 100%.
He's like, yeah, muscular Edgar. Well, why don't you just walk out to the edge? See, there is nothing to hear in here, so we have to go to where we can hear something. And tell me when you do it, and put a stick or some type of identifying thing there.
Yeah, I got this. And he like picks up some sticks and like sprints off until he doesn't hear stuff. Or until he does hear stuff.
So we'll say it takes you guys maybe an hour and a half, somewhere in there to get that done. You are able to stake what looks like almost a half circle. And so again, a large perimeter around the whole city, right?
Sam has to figure out what circumference, radius, and diameter is.
Well, so pi r squared. Pretty easy.
The area. Good try.
Thank you. What you see though is that it's a half circle that you can kind of trace, and it gets up to the outer edge of the actual forest ring itself. So you guys get out of the pine forest on the other side to where there's desert, and you're able to trace like kind of this half circle that's cut off by where the desert is. Does that make sense?
And that's basically the boundary of this silence.
Of silence. Okay. Yep. And we'll say that the diameter of that is probably somewhere between,
or the radius.
No, the diameter of that is somewhere. Let me explain this better.
You're saying.
Because we're talking about a half circle, so it would be a radius, not a diameter.
I mean, you could still have a diameter with half a circle.
You could still have a diameter that's half of a circle.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I guess, yeah. So like the cross. Okay.
Okay, who's the math genius now?
Too much math.
It's me. It's me. Yeah, but the diameter is probably like around a mile. So, and that's why it took you guys so long to map that out.
Okay, can I identify the center point? Like, can I roll physics to do that, or can I just do it?
Yeah, you identify the center point.
And I stand in the what is the center? What do I see?
Quiet forest.
Is it where the blood stopped?
Yeah.
Well, this may have been a fruitless pursuit, but math is fun.
Yeah.
Math is fun.
I think it is close to my bedtime.
Yeah, it's getting kind of late. We probably should get back. What are we going to do?
Oh, dear Lita, what is it that you would like to do next?
Yeah, weren't we supposed to get that guy down there who is like maybe now waking up from the Quaaludes
Yeah,
and
we
stuff?
should probably do that.
Yeah.
So let's go back, check and see if he's still there. I know there's stuff. Let's put a pin in this. Maybe literally on a map so we can find it again. New sub-objective, get to the center of this arc that we've described.
Edgar has been running like back and forth. Like, I can't hear. And like, we're like doing like the measurement thing as you guys are like trying to figure out the center of the circle. And so he hears none of this. And then you're just like, everyone's like kind of like walking back towards the car. And he's just like,
I think before we leave, FP probably like shouts over to him and he's like, "Hey, step across that boundary." And he kind of motions. He just starts like holding a note, and he's like motion, like step back and forth across the boundary. Does he hear? Like, does it?
And then Edgar's like,
I'm like, these guys.
Do we like?
I'm like,
FP's thinking like, is there some sort of like shield and like inside the bubble the sound can't cross?
There is not.
Okay. He's like, oh, all right. Well,
it's just the quiet forest that does not have any sign of wildlife.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the house. Check the body. I want to make a phone call. Yeah. Let's do those things and then get some rest for tomorrow.
Okay. Should we end it here?
Sure. I have a feeling the way back is not going to be smooth.